So another nerd discussion topic, and this again DC related, but this is about business and about copyrights. We just saw after decades of trying to make it not happen, Disney finally lost the copyright to Mickey Mouse. Not all of Mickey Mouse, but the first incarnation, the Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse. That I'm sure everyone's seen at some point or another. So you can go on YouTube right now and watch that short. You can make stuff that Steamboat Willie. You can sell it and all that good stuff. It is free. It is in public domain, and this is something that happens every single year. The start of every year, things go into the public domain. Because their copyright has expired. This is a good thing. Don't listen to any corporation trying to tell you otherwise. This is a good thing. People making art should not be able to have an indefinite, hold on it forever, because then we wouldn't get cool stuff like new Sherlock Holmes books or Wizard of Oz things or whatever. I don't know if you've ever seen Wicked, but Wicked's awesome, and it wouldn't be possible if the Wizard of Oz was out of copyright. So to that effect, hard to believe, but Superman and Batman in 10 years time will lose their copyright. That means they 100 years basically has passed since they were. Isn't that crazy to talk about? Because I think they were both made in the 30s, and it is surprise it's 2024, so 100 years will have passed.
Wow.
And
Wow.
DC is going to lose the copyright within about 10 to 12 years on the big three. So Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. And so the
The
question,
Trinity.
yeah. So what does this mean for DC going forward? DC Films, DC Studios, the comics, all that good stuff. But I will actually insert in here something that's very important to note. You're talking about those three characters themselves and the incarnation from the 30s. Not anything new. Not Ra's al Ghul. Not Dick Grayson. Not Cat. Maybe Catwoman, but not a lot of the later additions to the canon. But those initial versions, like Batman, who has a gun and shoots people, Superman Superman that can only jump really really high, Wonder Woman who likes to get tied up a lot and in some BDSM sort of situations. So, Corey, now what do you think? What are they? I don't want to say that are they in trouble, but how do they navigate these waters?
If Warner Brothers has a plan with the DC universe, they better hurry up, man. They need to do it now because it's going to be a free fall. I'm telling you, once this copyright thing is over and you no longer have any need of permissions from Warner Brothers, yo, it's a wrap, yo. But there's some good, like you're saying, with this. And I don't know how DC's going to navigate this. In my mind, I'm thinking, I know DC's got to be scrambling right now to figure out a way that they can get these copyrights back. But I don't know if they can, and if they don't, I think it's a good thing. Could you imagine like all the shit that we're going to get now that we can do this? I mean, all the Batmans, all the different Wonder Womans or Superman stuff. I was even thinking one thing that I was thinking would be really cool that now that we do this, wouldn't it be really cool to have a Marvel and DC crossover? I mean, like X-Men against the Justice League, or Captain America versus Batman, or Thor versus Superman, or Wonder Woman versus Rogue. My mind keeps going a miles a minute on the possibilities of what could possibly happen with horror movies, and just the sky's the limit. So I don't know how Warner Brothers is going to navigate this. I'm feeling that they're trying to figure out a way, but if they don't, they got 10 years and they better do it quick.
Yeah, and I think James Gunn has basically said that has no effect on how we are structuring our universe, and that makes sense. Like, why are you basing your plans on something that's happening in a decade down the line? And as I
Mhm.
remind you, it's the original incarnations of these characters. Superman is pretty different than I'm not saying he's completely different, but there's much about Superman that is quite different than even down to the look than he was back
Mhm.
in the 30s. Similarly, Batman,
Yeah.
Similarly, Wonder Woman. So I don't think that this is. I think, and also remember, Warner Brothers got big money, so they're gonna be suing left, right, and center because they can afford to.
Hmm.
Because the main people who are going to be taking advantage of this copyright situation are going to be small time people, right?
Right.
Someone's going to be like, oh, sweet, Superman's out of copyright. I'm going to go ahead and make my Superman comic I wanted to make, and they're gonna make him fly, and they're gonna get sued because it's got
Hmm.
to be
Yeah.
the OG.
Hmm.
That being said, to your point, you're talking about the crossovers. Yeah, it would be kind of funny if Marvel Studios are like, we're making a Superman movie based on the 1930s one, where it's going to be a period piece. He's going to meet
Hmm.
Captain America. It's going to be awesome.
Hmm.
Except I don't think they'll do that. Remember,
Yeah.
this is Disney. They do not want to start this snowball effect of other studios, big studios, being like, "Oh, your shit's out of copyright. I'm gonna make something that's gonna rival your thing." I don't think that they want to
Hmm.
start that kind of play, and especially because it will definitely get in the way of an actual legit DC Marvel crossover that is more possible now than it ever has been because
True.
Feige and Gunn are friends. They're good friends.
Hmm.
I mean, Feige
Yeah.
has to be good friends with this guy because he made them big money. You know, he made them plenty
Yeah.
of money. There's I
Plenty.
there's no way Marvel's gonna burn that bridge. They will never do that. It would be fun to see, but it will be in an official capacity. It's not gonna be, you know, messing around with these old people. And by the way,
Yeah.
Marvel don't need to do that anyway. They got the Squadron Supreme, so they already have Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman anyway. Um,
Right. Right.
but I think on a business tip, you're right. They better, boy, you better milk that cow while you can, and them udders are gonna be dry. And again, that's not necessarily true. Most kids who are gonna buy toys don't know that old Batman, right?
Right. Yeah.
Most people that know these superheroes, they know the modern incarnation, so it's not that
Hmm.
big a deal. And again, I tend to be like, good, let that copyright expire. It's been going too long any damn way, you know. Let
Yes. That's a long time.
let that thing expire. Let, you know, someone make Superman Blood and Honey or whatever the fuck it is gonna be. Some shitty, you know, absolutely shitty version of it. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's the whole point is that now that it's free and clear, a lot of people are going to take a crack at it. A lot of it's going to be garbage, and then there might be a few good things. And you know what's going to happen? The big studios are going to come scoop them up. There you go. We
Hmm.
all win.
True that. True that.
So yeah. But I think they're gonna be fine. Y'all don't worry about these big ass corporations. They're gonna be fine. They are gonna live. Trust me.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be fine.
They got more to fear from David Zaslav running the show than they have from the copyright expiring. So it'll be all right.
Oh my gosh, so true.
So, but it's in 10 years' time. If we're still here, we're gonna talk about this. So
That's
so
right.
we'll see you in a decade.
We'll see you in a decade.